Hi guys, welcome to JP Bashed. I'm kind of knee deep into this at the minute, but I thought I'd just pick the video up halfway through as I thought it might be of some use to some people. So we're just doing a bit of work on the DR8. What I've been finding with it is that on full steering lock the one way, it's hitting, the steering arm is hitting the Ackerman here. Somebody suggested, in fact it was Chris with a C, suggested sticking it underneath, which then allows it to pass the Ackerman, but then hits the servo saver. Hits the servo when it comes back the other way. So it reverses round what you get. So basically flips it. So you get the steering the one way, but then you don't get it the other way. So what I've decided to do is take the servo saver completely apart, and which I've done off here. And I'm going to flip, I don't know where I've put it now. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. So this, as standard, comes this way round. It sits on here like this. Steers from this side. So what I'm going to do is take this off, flip it round the other way, stick it back on, and then put the steering arm over the top of the receiver box, mount it on the top, and I should then get full steering both ways and should solve the problem. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So yeah, last time out with this, we went to see Craig's Crash and Bash. I see Craig, YouTube channel Craig's Crash and Bash. And we went up the minor circuit in Wales. And the cars got absolutely covered. This was absolutely covered. If you've seen the video, you might have seen how badly caked up it was. The ESC fan stopped working, which I only found out today. So I don't know how long I ran the car without the ESC on. But yeah, we just stripped it down today just to do a bit of maintenance on it. I've got to do the MT8 and I've got to look at the Typhontlrtuned as well, which I've not done yet. But thought I'd start with this because I thought it'd be a nice quick fix, but ended up taking longer than expected. So yeah, basically I'm going to try this, see if it works. Let's just make sure we've got this the right way around. So that goes on there, that goes on there. Can't see any reason why it wouldn't work. Don't make no difference which way around the spring goes together. And it's just a case of screwing that back on. Alright. Servo saver works both ways round. Probably wants to be a bit tighter than that. We'll start with that and then we can always tighten it up a bit more if we need to. So that then in theory should just pop back onto here. Brilliant. And then we've got, I love it when I do this, I start messing with the cars and then I drop stuff everywhere and then I don't remember where anything came from. So this bolt here, this is tricky. So we've got to put the washer on that. And there's going to be a nut for the bottom of that. And I have no idea now where the frickin' nut has gone. Fantastic. Is it still sat in the bottom of it? Is the question. Probably fucking not. Oh, it is. The nut is still in there. Whee! Bonus, people, bonus. Right. Let's pop that washer on there, because that's probably going to be the easier way to go. And then let's put that back there. it should just be a case of tightening that back up. I don't think they're particularly tight. That seems to turn okay. Right, so that's that. So I suppose the next thing to do then would be to pin it all back together. So Ackerman plate. Couple of screws. Where my driver's gone. I'm not going to do these up fully yet. Just going to get them in there loose. And then we've got this bit to go back on. It sits like that, I believe. Okay, I'm not going to fully crank them up yet. So I've got these other bits to go in. Right, we should be able to clamp that down fully now. And two for the brace. Right. I've just been playing about with the gyro because the gyro wasn't set up right. I believe that is correct now, so I may as well take this opportunity to get all that lovely wiring back in. Seems to be a lot of cables and not a great deal of room in these boxes. I think not so much the cable inside the box that's the issue. I don't like it here where it all comes out of the box. It seems to crush the wires. They don't seem to make these bits big enough. Certainly on this particular car, it does seem to cause a few problems getting the R clip back in. I'm not very happy with that. Of course, you try and put the lid down and then everything moves and jumps out and doesn't sit where you want it to sit, so it doesn't help. Does not help. Right, there's that lovely little R clip gone. I always find this is a bit of a pain in the ass getting this in here. Oh, look at that, he gets it in. First go. Right, so what else have I done here? I decided to try a different steering arm. I'll tell you why. First thing is, when you order the new one, this is what comes. This tiny little thing, which basically doesn't allow you to set the thing up right. I mean, it might work on this one now, because it would be there. That's going to make the steering absolutely shited. That is not going to work right. So it needs to be at this angle. I don't think that's going to be long enough to do it. Oh, it's close. It is close. Let's have a look. So the original arm obviously is this one, which is considerably longer than what the replacement comes, and it's really annoying because it's the same part number, but it isn't actually the one that comes for your car anymore. So I did order some cheaper ones that I found on AliExpress, which I was going to give this a go just to see if it was any better, to be honest with you. I don't suppose it could hurt. I think I'm just probably going to end up just fitting that. Let's just quickly have a look and see whether or not this could work. So this would need to sit on top now, just what it did before. That would sit in there. That would sit on there. And then that would sit. That would sit on there. And it's nowhere near long enough. Could extend that a bit, but then that would just weaken that. It's a tiny little piece of metal that they put in there. I don't understand why it's such a crappy, weak part. Everything else on the car they've made really strong, and that's just pathetically crap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that insert out of here, and I'm just going to fit it back into this new one that I've got. And we're going to see how this one holds up in comparison. It may be no good whatsoever. I'll be honest, it doesn't feel the best sitting inside there. I get a feeling he'll probably end up popping out of that. I'll end up having to stick the old one back in. But you've got to try these things, see if they work. That doesn't really spin in there at all, which is not giving me a great deal of faith. So if we turn on the controller, get the car turned on, just check the steering position, make sure it's centered, which it is. Gyro working. Gyro's working, turn the gyro off. Right, center that. Turn that off. Turn that off. So we've put the servo in the neutral position. So now all we've got to do is work out where this needs to be in order to get that where we want it. So first thing to do would be to get that mounted on here, I guess. And then I always hate doing this sort of stuff. I think it's really fiddly. Unless you've got like tiny little hands. I think it's quite difficult sometimes to... And that's just spinning, which is great. I don't think the nut's on as it needs to be. There is a slot on the bottom of this, so it should just pop. Yeah, classic. Should just pop up and in. What the hell is that? Ha! That's a bit of Wales. Yeah. I hate these stands. I don't know about anybody else, but they always seem to not be very stable when you're working on your car. Let's try popping that actually in. I should probably take the wheels off. That would have been the easiest option. It would have given me more access anyway into here. Yeah. I suppose it's just all about getting the nut the right way around. What I should have done if I was clever was popped it in before I put it back on there. Nope, that's going to drop again. Let's do a video of watching JP trying to get a nut into a hole for 10 minutes. Nope. Maybe if I can just get the nut on, it'll right itself. There we go. I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. Alright, that's too tight. It's slackening off a bit. It's nice and loose. Right. We just need to now line that up with that, which is looking super duper long. Yeah, that needs to be wound all the way in. That doesn't wind in anymore. Brilliant. Oh, this is fun. This is where we're going to find out that this is too long. Right, let's get one thing right first. These wheels need to be straight before I put this on, because if they ain't straight, it ain't going to work. Right, that's about straight. So, that is about right. No. There we go. I'm going to say that that actually needs to be opened up a tiny bit more. So I just wound that in for absolutely no reason whatsoever, because it was probably in the right position. Fine tuning. That's pretty good. That's centered. Right, let's try again. And last but not least, I need to put the nut onto the bottom of that now. In theory, that looks like it's just solved the issue. Right, before I tighten that nut on there, let me just check that we've got a good centre position on that. See how that's just moved? Oh. Oh look, that's how good that is. It pulled straight out. It didn't even turn the car twice before it ripped itself out the thread. Well, there you go, people. Don't use cheap Chinese pieces for the steering arms, because they don't work. Right, back to the drawing board with that one. Alright, so I've decided I'm just gonna go back to the original arm, which seems to bend like crazy. I'm already on my second one, and it's done one day out, and it's already slightly bent, which I was trying to find something more durable, but it doesn't look like what I bought is going to be any good. It's just pulled straight out, which is absolutely pathetic, really. Should send it back, but can't be bothered because it's all the way in China, and it's more hassle than it's worth. It was worth a punt to try it, but what I can, that's nice and loose, good. What I can do with this piece that's broken is I'll stick some rubber glue in the end of there, and I'll probably wind that end out as well and stick some rubber glue in there, and I will try it as a backup next time it breaks. But for now, we're just going to go with the original. We're probably going to have to line this all back up again. So that's center. And then that needs, the horn needs taking off and just moving slightly. Is that centered is the question. Looks pretty good there. I'm just going to turn this back on and just make sure it's in the center position. I'm just going to put this in. See how that's actually lined up, because I've got a feeling it's just moved. Is that straight or not? Looks pretty good. So I think we'll probably get away with that. There you go. We've got full turn both ways, no restrictions whatsoever. So it works, guys. So just a quick video to show you how good the steering is after getting full lock both ways, no problems whatsoever. Quite responsive with the Eco Boost as well, to be fair. Quite a fast response time. Not a bad little servo for what it costs, to be fair. Anyway, guys, so there's a little fix for you if you've got a DR8 and you're having problems with the steering. Yes, the only problem is you can't now open up your receiver box, but at the end of the day, you can pop that out of there pretty quickly if you need to get in there. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the subs, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.